She opens up her eyes and there is this middle-aged woman kneeling next to her, waiting for her to wake up. When Hannah makes eye contact with this woman starts sobbing. She's never seen this woman in her life. Who the hell is this woman? It's not her mom. It's not her aunt. She doesn't know this person. Now, the guys keep encouraging Hannah to come meet up at Myaang, or at least meet them once, right? And South Korea is pretty small. So if you live in a different city, it's not like the US where, oh, I meet an online friend. They're from Wisconsin, they're from Denver, Colorado. It would have to take so much out of me to go meet them from the East Coast. South Korea, it's very casual to meet up with online friends. But he leans in and he tells this hostess, "You look like Hannah, the victim of the case we're working on," with his hand on her thigh.
Way.
It gets worse. The hostess said she froze. She didn't even know how to react. She couldn't believe her ears. The perpetrators would even find Hannah's aunt's house, show up at the door screaming, "Do you know who I am? I'm a gang member. I'm gonna gouge your eyes out." Whenever Hannah got scared and she hesitated, the authorities would get impatient with her. "Come on, quickly, just say it." But at the same time, she's being rushed. She knows that if she makes even the smallest mistake or says something incorrectly because she's being rushed, they would accuse her of lying about the whole thing. A motel room, like where the assaults first started. Even if it didn't start in a motel room, that is crazy. The aunt fought back. She's screaming at the officers, "How can you even interview minors at a motel?" Eventually, they would be interviewed at the aunt's house, but that suggestion itself is out of this world. One officer even looked at Hannah and her sister and said, You're muddying the waters of Myaang, you know that? I'm from Myaang. Why are you doing this? Why are you giving my town a bad name? You're not even from here, so why'd you even go to Myaang? Why'd you even meet up with them?" Hannah had used the language, "blank harmed me at that time." The police and prosecutors argued that is a statement of fact, not an accusation. So they believed that Hannah did not want to press charges. They stated that she should have said, "I want them to be punished for this." Or "I really, really didn't like that." Like they wanted her to vocalize word for word verbatim. She wanted to press charges. So for that reason, 13 cases are thrown out because her wording. They stipulated that the victim did not directly express to press charges against those perpetrators when discussing what they did. Now they are going through some of the court documents again, and they read these words nonstop: "No right of prosecution, lack of victim testimony." So the no right of prosecution means that she did not actively want to press charges, basically. And the lack of victim testimony, they don't understand what that means. She was forced to testify over and over and over and over again. Hannah says after 20 years, she just wants to know the truth now. This seems to be a growing trend that whenever people are exposed in Korea of doing bad things, they want you to know that they have not eaten. And many Korean netizens have commented, "어쩌라고?" which roughly translates to, "And what do you want me to do about it?" Like it's such, I don't know what to do with this information. What do you want me to do about it? I don't care. Fifth offender is Joe. It's said that he is currently wanted by authorities for a separate crime. Prior to that, though, he really liked to post quotes on social media that read, "No mercy is needed for those who aren't." It's speculated that he has sued over 200 people. And another perpetrator named Park, his dad was a city council member at the time of the crime in Myaang, which begs the question, are we sure that they did not influence the investigation at all? Park is currently working as a manager in a massive global corporation. Then perpetrator Kim is exposed. He is currently working as a traveling air conditioner installer, which is terrifying to think he's let into people's homes and he travels for work. Now, some of the perpetrators are actually trying to reach out to the victim, demanding that she help make all this go away. Which, why does that happen so frequently? Why does the responsibility get put on the victims again? As if she's responsible for any of this, making her feel like if she doesn't help the perpetrators, something bad will happen. I mean, look at the way their parents acted when they were caught committing the crimes. And even now, one of the perpetrators' parents were interviewed later on, and she screamed, "It's been so long since the incident ended. We settled everything back then, and the kids went through a lot. They're living well now, so why keep bringing this up? There's so many people living quietly now in this country who have committed even worse crimes. At the time, these kids were high schoolers. They made a momentary mistake, so what do you want us to do about it now?" Another mom was questioned, and she said, "No, my son didn't even touch that girl." So you have some people arguing, yes, the justice system is messed up, and that needs to be fixed. But is the fix to do this? Is it to create so much outrage that the justice system has to do this? Or is it something else? Some people argue this is more of a witch hunt. than anything, that yes, you could expose real perpetrators, but there's also a chance that innocent people are named. How can they prove their innocence in a situation like this? But others argue, I mean, when the law can't do it, someone has to, right? You can't just sit here and pray for a better justice system, because look where that's gotten people. It hasn't gotten people anywhere. And some people hope that this causes such a slap in the face to the justice system that they feel mocked, that they will slowly start to change how they do things. Most netizens feel that private revenge is only happening because the justice system failed.